Hello and welcome to another micro stream here at FiveJay Gaming. I'm FiveJay and today we're going to play some Super Mario All-Stars on my analog Super NT. So, if you're not familiar, this game is like an HD remake before there were HD remakes. So the first three Super Mario Bros. Games were all 8-bit NES games. And on Super Nintendo, Nintendo made a compilation of all three of them, upgraded to 16-bit graphics. And they even included, in America, the Japanese version of Super Mario 2, which is like the original Super Mario Bros., except evil and wants you to die. And in Japan, this collection included this version of Super Mario 2, which we know, and in Japan is called Super Mario USA. Superfly, what's up, dude? He says, you're 5J today? What are you all the other days? I'm always 5J. Forevers. Forevers. We also got Rocky the Mighty Ina here. I haven't seen you in a while, man. How you doing? He says, hoi. Hey, how you doing? Mr. Buffalo is here and says, Aye! Eee! What's up, Buff? How you doing? Sherry says, hey, you got it working. Yes, but on my channel. So, I was trying to stream on Game Over Jesse's channel, and it was not working. Not working. Don't know what is up with that. But we got it working on my channel. So, it is what it is. Alrighty, so, we're here. We got 4 different games we can play. I'm kind of intrigued by the Lost Levels because it's like... Yeah, you'll see. I'm going to start over because it's the evil version. And I'm going to start with Luigi. You can just play as Luigi in this one, which is great. So normally, NES graphics. But this sucker, look at it. It's beautiful. Nice 16-bit upgrade to an old 8-bit game. There we go. So, right, normal mushroom, right? Normal thing. Check out this mushroom. Hurts you. Isn't that evil? So, when the game came out, it was basically just like, almost exactly like the original Super Mario Bros., but way harder. Way harder, so. It's kind of an evil plan, but, I don't know, it's kind of like these days with Super Mario Maker, you know? You want a higher difficulty? Here, this is exactly like the first game, but much harder. So, they thought, you know, Americans are weak and they can't, oops, as I've clearly proved right now, that they couldn't handle the kind of increased difficulty, so they gave us a different game instead. It was just a reskinned other game called Doki Doki Panic. But I love that game, and I definitely like that version more than this actual Super Mario Bros. 2, but still a very interesting game, especially for us, since we didn't really get this in its original form. I don't need those question marks. I'm just gonna move right on. Ah. Here's the thing. In this game, you rush forward, you end up falling into a bunch of different traps. Much like I just did. So you gotta be a little bit careful. Okay. You proceed somewhat slowly, you'll be alright. That you just have to memorize all the little traps. Woohoo! Ah! I went over it. Now what? Huh. I guess you just grab it from behind. Weird. I've never gone over it before. Buffalo says, sorry, I haven't been around in a while. Went on a little vacay. Oh, nice. Where'd you go? Have fun? Mac, like the truck, is here. It's awesome. Thank you for watching. Says, nice Lost Levels. Have you beaten this game? No. No, I have not. Superfly says, only one of the games matters. Super Mario Bros. 2, baby! And I assume you're talking about the American Super Mario Bros. 2? Love it. Great game. Personally, Super Mario Bros. 3 is my favorite, but they're all great games. Hey, Duo Master's here. Oh, Duo. We were going to try something. There you go. Ah! That was a nice jump, wasn't it? I'm very proud of that jump. Hey, somebody here actually named Hey Baby. I think you've been here before. Thank you for watching. This is very nice. Rocky says, hey, FiveJay, what's up, man? Mac like the truck says 3 is def's the best, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. Alrighty. Oh, IG has joined from Mixer. What's up, IG? How you feeling today? You feeling all right? I am doing well. I got this cartridge, by the way, in a Retro Game Treasure box, if you missed that particular stream. So, long live Retro Game Treasure. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what? Oh, okay. It is still a warp zone, but it's a little different. I've actually never done this before. Duo says, I was recommended the Majora's Mask animation today, the one that came out a few years ago. Animation? Oh, the movie. Right. Yeah. The really good one. Can't remember the name. Yeah, what was that called? I forget. I don't remember if I saw all of it or part of it, but what I saw was very impressive. Hey Baby says, nah, I think Super Mario World is the best. Yeah, but in the original version of Super Mario All-Stars, it did not include Super Mario World. That was a later release that included then 5 Mario games on a single cartridge. This is the original version of Super Mario All-Stars, which is just 1, 2, 3, and Lost Levels. So of those 3, easily Super Mario Bros. 3 for me. Okay, I forgot there was a star there we totally should have gotten. Whoo! What? Overjumped. See, again, you gotta slow down a little. Also, for me personally, I like 3 better than I like Super Mario World, but they're both amazing games. I don't know. There's something special to me about 3. Maybe it's just the charm of the 8-bit that I like. I don't know. Raccoon Mario, I mean, I don't know. It's just, it feels perfect. I don't know how many times I can say I don't know. But apparently it's a lot of times. Alright, here we go. This is what we want. Keep us safe. There we go. Look at this business. This is what the spring does now. Just launches you through the air. So it's hard to figure out where you're going to land. Just weird little changes like that they've added to these. Ah, crap. And that is the evil mushroom that you do not want. Oh, I tried to do the super jump and I failed. Link the Dusk Lycanroc is here. Hey man, what's going on? He says, hey Jay, what's up? Hey dude. Duo says, got it. Majora's Mask. Terrible fate. Makes sense. Hey baby, this is FiveJay, just out of the blue. Did you ever catch the person who wrecked your car then drove off? They didn't wreck my car. Very good memory. Wow. That was a long time ago. I am trapped. Now we know there's a vine there, though. Let's try that again. So I didn't catch the person per se, but like the cops and the insurance company, you know, were able to deal with them. I don't know anything that happened with them other than, well, actually. So I was reimbursed. Their insurance company covered the accident. Great. The person was in massive denial, apparently, and was really upset with their insurance company for accepting my claim, and was just yelling and screaming at their own insurance agent who was there to protect them from lawsuits from things like this, right? So that I can't sue them for hitting me, right? I just deal with their insurance agency. No. She apparently was really upset with her insurance company and even switched companies, which is crazy. So, yeah, she was desperately trying to deny that it happened, but I had such really condemning pictures of exactly where the accident took place. I had street signs, I had their license plate, there was evidence on the bumper that they'd been hit in about the spot where it would have hit on mine and the pictures of mine. Like, it was undeniable that it had happened the way that I said. So, yes, I did get my car fixed and it was covered by their insurance, but it was kind of an ordeal. Let's see. Buffalo says, I'm with you, Jay. Super Mario Bros. 3 all the way. That was my favorite GBA game. Oh, yeah. The GBA version was awesome, too. Had the e-reader levels that wasn't in any other version of the game, which is absolutely awesome. I hope they include that on the Virtual Console version if it ever comes out. Link says, wish that my Wii would be fixed so I could play some Super Mario All-Stars on it. Yeah. Yeah, they had a Wii release, didn't they? That's cool. Splashlight says, I'm playing Dark Souls 3 and I am bad. Yeah, well, that's how Dark Souls goes. You start bad, and you just gotta learn and learn and learn and learn. So every time you die, you try to learn something from it. I didn't play a lot of Dark Souls, but I'm starting to play Bloodborne, and it's the same thing. You know, you're terrible. You gotta try to learn from your mistakes. Okay, it didn't come back to get me. Should I go for whatever's in here? Probably not, but I went for it. Splatulated coming in with all the emotes. What's up, man? Thanks for coming, dude. And sending all of the emotes. Even Luchador Pikachu in there from Pokken Tournament. That's nice. Hey, baby says, yeah, that's good that was in your favor. Absolutely. Simon is here, says, oi, how y'all doing? Hey, Simon. Thanks for coming, man. I'm doing good. Thank you. How are you doing? Oh, okay. Lost levels. Superfly says Virtual Console, lol. Something's coming. I don't know if they're going to call it that anymore, but I get the feeling whatever it is going to be a subscription service. That's what I'm feeling. Woo, Nelly. Oh, that almost turned on me there. Superfly says Twitch emotes on YouTube look like nonsense. Let's see. Oh, yeah. It does look exactly like nonsense. I'm seeing it in YouTube now. It's just a bunch of text. Buffalo says, Jay, find a way to stream 3DS games because I expect nothing short of you streaming Detective Pikachu 4 times. You know, I wish that I could. I don't want to do the crappy thing of here's a webcam pointed at a 3DS. I don't want to do that. It's a low quality stream that way. I don't want to put out that kind of a product. So, nice. So the only other alternative is to buy one of those modded 3DS consoles, and I can't spend that kind of money on a console that's dead. There has to be... Yes. And there had to be something, right? Can I go in here, I wonder? You see how evil this is, though? Like, compared to the original Mario, this is crazy how mean they're being to you. Of course, we've seen worse these days with all those awesome Mario Maker creations, but in 1986, man, this was completely evil. Oh, what a fail. Hey, Booby says, FiveJay, do you play Roblox XD? No, I do not. Sen says, doing amazing. My thesis is going amazingly. Awesome. A thesis sounds awful. I'm glad I'm not doing one. Good luck on yours. Superfly says a subscription service would be great. Hopefully Nintendo pulls through for us. Duo says, is there not a 3DS emulator? I don't really stream emulators. The sketchiest thing I do is stream my modded NES Classic. But at least I paid for that console, you know what I mean? Okay, yeah. I don't know. That's probably, you know, if I'm against emulator streaming, I probably shouldn't do that either, but still. Also, that's PC streaming, which I don't do a lot of. It actually needs a lot of setup change for me to stream a PC game versus a console game. So largely I do the easy thing and just sit here on the console streams. Superfly says, there is definitely a way to stream 3DS, but it requires several attachments and it costs like $150 or something. It costs well over $200, and then you have to install it yourself. Or you can buy the modded 3DS already And then it costs 400 something. Now I see we have to jump on the top of a toad's head to get through that part. That is evil. That is very, very evil. Duo says, you still have the 3DS, so it's not like you are unnecessarily spending cash. Yeah. I didn't want to risk my... Oh, no. See, once again, that's not what you want. They trap you. By instinct, you want to kick that Koopa shell, right? Well, you do that, and you shot yourself in the foot. You gotta do it that way. There we go. Woo, okay. Oh, boy. I think, yeah, this is kind of the only way. Gotta go from underneath. Oh! Oh! Forgot you can kind of run across those gaps. Yes! Oh, baby, yes. Oh! I hit my head on the platform! I thought I was just gonna sail right through it. But anyways, I had a problem with my 3DS. I've lost all of my data already. There's a chance I might want to think about sending it in, but again, it's still hundreds of dollars for a console that is basically dead. So, not sure I want to go through with it anyway. I can spend that money on games. Oh, and things for the stream and such. Hey, baby, remembers Mr. Buffalo? Cool, cool. Scratch holding you hostage. Apparently there is some sort of knowledge between these two. Simon says, dude, this lost levels sure are mean. Yeah, they're crazy mean. For 1986, man, this is about as mean as it got. Okay, that was just my fault. I was too eager. IG says, have you played any Lego games? Yeah. Let's see. I played a little bit of the old Lego Star Wars games. I've played... whoa! I played Lego City Undercover, Lego Worlds a little bit. Other than that, not a lot of Lego games. We made it. Alright. Just hoping there's no fireballs. Looks like we're good. Alright. So hopefully we're back to making progress here. There we go. Gotcha! Superfly says, I'm beginning to understand why Nintendo was hesitant about releasing this game in the States. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's pretty hard. I like Super Mario Brothers 2, the one that we got, the USA version, better, honestly. Someone says, Lego City Undercover is nice. Yeah, it is, and I like that in the... what you call it? Oh, and the Switch version, there's a 2-player mode. That's great. Hey, baby, this is FiveJay. You need a donation link. Thank you so much for saying that. I plan on setting one up because, as of today, I am getting demonetized on YouTube. You can see if the Super Chat still works today, but I know any day now, Super Chat's going to get turned off from me, so... At the very least, they will honor all of the stuff in the account, so if you give me $1, if it's still functional, they'll still... send me the $1 when they demonetize me. Like, alright, here's the money we owe you, go away. That one weirdo is here. What's up, dude? He says, hey, did you read my comment? No, post it again. It's going too fast. Thanks for being active, folks. Dios has already been mentioned. Hey, baby. Yeah, that's fine, but I like to hear other people say it too. Someone says, overall, Lego games are great. They are. Superfly says, I like the Indiana Jones one the best. Ooh, I have not tried that. Buffalo says, hey, baby, do you remember... What do you remember me from? Was it from when I was a jazz singer? At that time with the pickles? What is this? That one weirdo says, wait, why is he a moderator? I made Duo moderator. So, Duo has been a moderator for Nintendo Prime, and we've been dealing with a troll on Nintendo Prime's channel. Duo had been handling it very well. He's been a long-time viewer. So, I'm taking a chance and getting another moderator. For the first time for probably a year, I've finally added a moderator. I don't think I've ever had one on YouTube, and Twitch hasn't had one. Seriously, a year since I've added anybody. Whoo, Nelly. Evil. So you know when Nintendo makes a game like this, and then they make a game like Kirby, it's not that they're trying to make... It's not like they can't make a hard game. They're purposefully taking it easy on you. Buffalo says, Jay, when you get a chance, check out an old PC and 64 game called Lego Racers. Ooh, that sounds good. Oh, I used to play an old Lego game, Lego Island, actually. A very old Lego game. That game was sweet. Dio says, I could explain that, but Jay could probably explain it much quicker. Yeah, I just did. Superfly! Aw, gave me a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Superfly. I really appreciate that. Looks like it's still working. Still going. So for now, for today at least, my super chat is still functional. So hopefully they will forget about it for a while. But yeah, once that runs out, I'll have to like set up a PayPal or something. Woo! I know a lot of people go the Patreon route, but I feel that the channel's not big enough for Patreon yet. One day, maybe. Maybe. Another thing I'd have to figure out is what I'd do for Patreon rewards. I really like water levels, and so far this one's not bad. Meant to go under. Hey baby, says Mr. Buffalo, memory from Pickles in the Earthbound streams. I am Brian Pena. Oh, that's right. That's how we know you. Brian Pena, nice. Superfly says, why are you getting demonetized? So after the Logan Paul thing, you know, Japan with his inappropriate video, YouTube changed all their standards for monetization, and being monetized, the minimum requirements changed from 10,000 views, so just a view, you know, 10,000 times, to 4,000 hours of viewing time, which is a humongous increase to the minimum requirement. And I am at like 2,400 hours at the most, so I have to almost double my viewing time in a year, by the way, in order to meet that minimum requirement. And I had 30 days to do it. I didn't meet it, so getting demonetized. Hey Baby says, I like the Bowser boss music in this game. Oh yeah, absolutely. Gotta love it. Duo says, yeah, I'm part of the Anton wall, the one thing stopping Anton from breaking everything. Lol. Superfly says, I had Lego Island. The game was probably sweet. I was like 7 when I played it, though, so I don't really know how to use a PC. That one weirdo says, a t-shirt and a signed card. Yeah. I do have merchandise on sale. I don't think anybody's ever once bought anything from my Redbubble store, but I guess I could be using that merchandise as part of like a Patreon tier, but then I'd have to buy it all and ship it. That sounds awful. Oh my goodness, there's so many chats. Hang on. A signed card, though. I could do that. I can get a bunch of cards. Guys reminiscing about the Earthbound playthrough. I think I'm going to play through it again this summer, because that game was amazing, and it deserves a lot more of my attention in life. Oh, almost all the way up. Buffalo says, your Patreon rewards could be videos of you making butter sculptures. Well, those would be the worst butter sculptures of all time. I'm telling you right now. That one weirdo says, I'd pay for that. Someone says, yeah, streams do count, I think, and hope. Streams count towards viewing time and view numbers, but still, even with all of that, I still only have like 2,400 hours in the last year. So the stream needs to grow a lot before I will meet that minimum requirement. And that's just the way it is. There's nothing I can do about it, except, you know, try to grow the channel as best as I can. Oh no. This is like a Lost Woods type level. You have to go the right way. Oh, I was on by just a pinky toe there. Oh, okay. I totally hit jump, but whatever. Brian Pena says, hey, FiveJay, if you could do a collaboration with another gamer or YouTuber, who would it be? You know, I really don't know, because I don't really watch YouTube stuff. So I work a full-time job, married, got a house, a dog. What time I do have, I either spend it with my wife, I am, you know, doing household stuff, spending it with my friends, or I'm doing something for this channel. I don't have a lot of time to be a fan of other people's channels, so I don't even know who I'd pick. Sort of a cheat answer would be Nintendo Voice Chat, but that's IGN. They do have a YouTube channel, but it's kind of a cheat answer. I like the guys at Kinda Funny. The problem with that being, of course, that I run a clean stream and that fits me, and those guys do not. They definitely do not at all. Ooh, that's intriguing. Also, can I get out? The answer is maybe not. The answer is like really no. No, FiveJay, you cannot. Okay. Whew. Yep, now you're too tall to jump there. Sucks. Alright, I think we're going to move on to a different game in the collection. Save and quit. Duo says, what happened with Jesse's stream tonight? You know, I tried it, and for some reason, it was just dropping like 100% of the frames. And I restarted my computer, I uninstalled and reinstalled OBS. Happened again. So I told Game Over Jesse, and it turns out that he was about to do a live thing anyway, so he probably would have kicked me off. But it just wasn't working, man. So I jumped over here. IG says, my first PC game was Command & Conquer in 1997. Awesome. Command & Conquer, I think I've even played that one. I didn't play a lot of PC stuff, but I think I've played some of that. A real-time strategy game, right? That one was fun. That one weirdo says, what if I rewatched all the videos and streams? That would absolutely count. That would completely count. So I have, what, I don't know, close to 600 videos? Is it more? Is it less? Somewhere in the vicinity of 600 videos. Let's say each of them are about an hour long. If you watched all of those videos all the way through, that's 600 hours. So you'd need to do that just short of 3 times in order for me to hit that goal. Which is crazy, but that's one person doing it. So, you know, if 1,000 people watch 6 videos all the way through, you know, then that's 6,000 hours. I'm easily qualified. So, yeah, it's just a matter of getting people into the streams and, yeah, just growing the channel. That's it. Weirdo says, I volunteer as tribute. Buffalo says, everyone hear about the CGR leaving YouTube? What is that? I don't know what that is. Superfly says, that mushroom was a trap. It was. It was actually a trap. That's why this game, or that game, was evil. This game is not evil. Ryu Kwaza's here. What's up, Ryu Kwaza? How you doing? Says, hey, hi, how are ya? Duo says, that sucks, man. It does. I did do something different for this one, and I'm going to try to stream again for Game Over Jesse soon, and maybe what I did today, since I'm obviously successfully streaming now, maybe that was the solution to the problem for Game Over Jesse's channel. So I'll try it again. Whoa! And maybe I'll be able to eliminate the problem. So there's a trick to getting a star every time, and I got that trick down pretty good. Superfly says Sid Meier's Pirates was my first PC game. Deserves a sequel. I keep hearing that game's awesome, but I haven't really played much of it. IG says classic game room. Oh, yes, yes, indeed. Buffalo says the first PC game I played was SimCity 2000. Still playing it today. That's awesome. Superfly says if I have 3 other tabs playing your videos with the audio muted, does YouTube know that I'm not actually watching? My guess is yes, they probably do know. I don't know that for sure, but YouTube's pretty smart. I've also noticed that there is, if it's just playing, and you're not ever touching anything, that like it will give you a message after like an hour, like, hey, you still there? Autoplay is paused. So you can't just leave it running all day. You have to keep checking in like every hour or so. So they know that people are going to try that sort of thing, and they're trying to cut it out. Oh, there was stuff up here. Why have I never looked up there before? Gee, what's all the stuff I missed, I wonder? Ryukwaz is doing good. That's great. Simon says, I remember as a kid I had a bunch of PC games because my dad used to work closely with some Microsoft people. They also gave him Flight Simulator, Mech Warrior, and Age of Empires. Awesome. Brian Pena says, I'm still traumatized from being lied to that the Melee HD would be on the Switch. Did they say that it would be? I don't think they did. Duo says, I'd say they would know since they can check your IP. Exactly. They can and do know your IP. So I'm pretty sure the time that I spend watching my own videos also does not count. So I can't just turn on, at least if I'm logged in as me, I have to log in as somebody else. Otherwise, they're going to know from my IP and won't count it. So, have to even game the system in another way. Ryu Kwaza says, I love this game. Me too, man. Me too. Buffalo says, there was a major gap between SimCity 2000 playing it, but it was filled with one of my favorite games ever, SimCity 4. I don't think I ever played SimCity 4. Buffalo says, by the way, Jay, streaming a SimCity game would be awesome. SimCity 5 doesn't count. Well. Oh, nice. Nice grab. Someone says, and I was addicted to Zoo Tycoon and Roller Coaster Tycoon. Yes, I did love Roller Coaster Tycoon. I did play that with a friend at his house on his computer. Let's see. What was I going to say? Oh, SimCity. Yeah, I'd like to get some of the SimCity games on Super Nintendo. Play them on the Super NT. I think the newer ones are a little too complicated for me, but I think the old ones have a nice retro simplicity and complexity at the same time, you know? Those SimCity games were in depth for the day. I think we don't want that. It's just a fire flower. We're gonna get a second whistle. Question is, should I go right to World 8? I mean, I don't really have anything to lose. We could go straight to World 8, just see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. Ryukwaza says, although I do have to admit I like Super Mario World a lot more. Ah! To each their own. Personally, I love this game a lot more than World. Dio says, Coaster Tycoon Kickstarter. Did that ever get anywhere? I don't know if that's done yet. I think that's still going on. Superfly says, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 was my jam. Always put do not enter signs by the exit to increase attendance. Did that work? Ryukwaza says, will you play with us when Stardew Valley 1.3 comes out? Sure. Yeah, I'd love to go back to Stardew Valley. It's been a while since I've revisited my town, saw where everything was at. Great game, though. I love Harvest Moon and, then by extension, Stardew Valley. Is there anything up here? Why, yes, it seems there might be. Or not. Guess not. Oh, trickery, trickery. Buffalo says, oh, hang on, let me see if I can get this to work from this distance. Yes, it does work from that distance. Buffalo says, the fun thing about SimCity games are that even if you're failing, it's still fun to watch the chaos. That's true, totally. IG says, I know CGR, I miss Classic Game Room, a YouTube channel I enjoyed, even their game review. Ah, is that what CGR is? Classic Game Room. Okay. Connecting the dots now. I got it. Ooh, 5 up. I thought it was only a 3 up for getting those 3 stars. All right. Duo says, Rayquaza, any news on the update drops? That update drops? What? Oh, on when the Stardew Valley update drops? Yeah, I'm not sure. Superfly says, to do the crowdfunding thing was kind of a sham. Atari came out and said it's coming to Switch regardless. Nintendo Prime covered it in a podcast last month. That's weird. Buffalo says, I'm going to miss CGR too, but Mark was having a hard time on YouTube. I'm not sure what any of that business is. Sounds like a big channel that's dying. It's too bad. Rayquaza says, have you ever thought of speedrunning anything? Not really. But if I did, I'd want it to be a game that I really love. Probably something like Mega Man X. Here's the thing, too. I wouldn't want to do glitch speedruns. Oh, boy. Big mistake. I'd want to do zero glitch stuff. But I don't know. It's just... I feel like when I play a game like in that mindset, it loses its funness, you know? I want it to be fun still. Buffalo says, I got Harvest Moon on my Switch, played it on my vacation to the extreme. Harvest Moon on Switch? I don't think Harvest Moon is on Switch yet. What are you talking about there, Buffalo? Are you talking about Stardew Valley? There is a Harvest Moon game coming to Switch, but it's not out yet. I'd say it's coming out like March or May or something. Also PS4. I think currently I think it's only on PC. Otherwise, there's no Harvest Moon games on Switch. Or Story of Seasons, which is even more important. Yeah. Oh, I jumped without really realizing where I was going to go. Aha. And star. Thank you. Buffalo says, Classic Game Room was the first video game review show on the internet. Started back in 1999, was canceled in 2000, rebooted on YouTube in 2009. Wow, that's crazy. Buffalo says, Stardew Valley, not Harvest Moon. Okay, I was like, what? Would you hack your Switch there, or what? Duo says 2 is downloadable after the fact. Oh, I missed one. Duo says, Jay, how do you feel that the Switch Mega Man Legacy Collection only includes the first collection? No, they're putting out 2 different games. They're just like on all the other platforms. They're not combining it into one game, which is fine. It's just like how it is on all the other systems, so it doesn't matter to me. Boy, go to the 10th world or not? I suppose we pretty much cleared out this world. We might as well just finish it. Review classes is all I remember is that it comes to PC first, beta, Switch. Second, because Concerned Ape made a deal with Nintendo and Xbox and PS Lost? Must be last. Superfly says you can still invest in Roller Coaster Tycoon if you really want to. Seems weird if it's going to come anyway. Duo says, yeah, I hope it comes soon. I also hope the online systems are sorted by then. We need a virtual console. We do. Someone says, ever thought of doing 100% completion of games on stream? Thought about it. Again, not sure if the game will continue to be interesting to me. I've thought about certain games, like Super Mario 64, I'd like to do 100% completion of, because I've never gotten all 120 stars. Problem is, that's really difficult. I know there's one level in particular, I've gotten to like 107 stars. Oh, I got rid of the, oh no. Got rid of the raccoon suit. There's one level in particular, I keep trying to get 100 coins in, but it is so stingy with the coins in the level that it is really, really hard for me to get all the way through it without dying. Getting basically every coin in the entire level to hit that 100. It's crazy. Rayquaza says, I speedrun Super Mario 64. Do you? That's awesome. Great choice. Bap, bap, bap. I got this, punk. Duo says, Simon, he could have got the super secret poo weapons in Earthbound. Yeah, I tried for a little while to get one secret weapon in Earthbound, and after several hours, I was like, nah, moving on. Moving on. Here is a letter from the princess. Superfly says he streamed a Power Rangers game last weekend and beat it. That's true. I mean, I don't even know if it has a 100% type scenario, but that's true. Buffalo says, not only stream, Jay, gotta go. See you, Buff. Thanks for hanging out. Duo says, is the stingy coin level Big Small Island? What's that? Oh, no. I don't remember. But I was only missing like 13 stars. So I got a lot of the coins, or a lot of the stars, and obviously did a lot of the levels with 100 coins, but I don't remember which level I was thinking of. Whoa! It might be Hazy Maze Cave? I don't recall. Whoa. I did not remember there was something here. Can I take it with me? I cannot. I don't need that. Ooh, tragic. Oh, I didn't have enough overrunning start to get another star. Duo says, because that was my exact same problem. If you did it, I can give you some pointers. I feel like I might have completed that one, but I don't know for sure. Don't know. Duo says, oh yeah, Hazy is pretty difficult as well. That's probably it. Okay, flower and 10 coins. Hey! 20 coins. Mushroom, 20 coins. Flower, 10 coins. We'll see if we can remember that. Ooh, that was bad. Ooh, yuck. I could tell I hit that one way bad. Duo says you can only really do it if you get all the blue coins in the poison gas maze area. Exactly. You like have to get all of the coins everywhere, or you can't get it. Someone says, you know, a game that I've been trying to 100% complete without a guide is Chrono Trigger. I haven't even played that one, so there's also a lot of games that I just need to play. I'd like to do completion streams of RPGs like that. The problem is that those are so long, it takes a lot of streams. So, my major problem to streaming is just not having enough time. Having that full-time job, having the wife, the house, the dog, friends. It is really hard to spend enough time streaming to be the success that I want to be. Because I know if I had a reliable time or a reliable schedule for streaming and I could do it for many hours a week, that I'd just be more successful. I just would. It's hard to do with the schedule that I am dealt, which is a big fat variable. Jamie Payette is here. What's up, Jamie? How you doing, man? He says, Chrono is one of my faves, Simon. Draw Easy is here on Periscope. Thank you for watching. Says, how do you stream your game to Periscope? So, in Periscope, there's something like broadcast settings or like publishing settings or something like that. There you get a stream key. And then it's the same thing as streaming to YouTube or Twitch. You need a broadcasting program such as OBS Studio, and you need to enter your stream key into the program, and then it will stream to your Periscope channel. Superfly, doesn't the metal invisible cap help with the poison gas area? Oh, of course. IG, it says, Jacksepticeye or Sean McLaughlin, I may have misspelled his real name. He did a voice act in Bendy in the Ink Machine. A voice act in Bendy in the Ink Machine. What is that? Also, I've heard people talk about Jacksepticeye. I've never seen any of his videos or anything. He's a very common example where someone says, what? FiveJay, you don't know this YouTuber? No, I don't. I know, I'm sad and pathetic. Rayquaza says, you've never played Chrono Trigger? I've played it. I've never beaten it. I've only put in, like, maybe a half dozen hours. Maybe. But I've played it. Not enough to do anything exciting in it, though. Someone says, well, Jay, if you think about it, streaming Chrono Trigger could bring in more viewers. It's true. I just need a way to stream it, so I don't have it on cartridge. You know, I could get it on the Wii Virtual Console, probably. Maybe even Wii U. I suppose that's where I should look. Because I don't like to do the emulator thing. Matthias Campos is here. Sorry, Matthias. It says Matthew. Not even close. Hey, Matthew says, hey, what system are you playing Super Mario Bros. All-Stars on? This is the Analog Super NT. So here's the system menu. This is that sweet new HD SNES system that came out recently. Look up Analog if you haven't heard of it before. Jimmy says, Chrono has to be one of the coolest RPGs. How cool is it setting up the different teams in Tritex? I have no idea. One day I hope to figure it out. Spatula says, Jacksepticeye is amazing. You should watch his videos already. Again, I don't have a lot of time for it. Time I'm watching those videos is time I could be streaming for you guys. Truth of the matter. Jimmy says, Bendy and the Ink Machine was a cool game. Mix of old Disney and Bioshock. Ooh, that sounds awesome. Splatcha says he's extremely humble and would be amazing to meet. Oh, that's cool. Duo says he's probably one of the better content makers on the platform. He's a great example of not losing his humanity with all the popularity. Sweet, that's sweet. Jamie Pyatt says, Duo, are you saying most streamers are doomed to completely lose their mind when they get famous? I think that's what they're saying. Yeah. Duo says, in terms of big streamers, mostly yes. Yeah. There is certain things you probably have to do to become popular on YouTube that you might not have done when you were smaller. Some people probably label you a sellout, but I don't know if those things have to be things that make you a bad person in any way. I think it's mostly talking about people letting things go to their head and, I don't know, just sort of seeming to change their personality. Matt says, my bro used to call me Matthias. No worries. One of my wife's friends is married to a Matthias. I guess it just came to my mind. Duo says, then again, I only ever watch Vinny and Cry anymore. I don't know who that is either. There we go. He really didn't chuck those boomerangs very much. Lucky me. Woohoo! Yeah. Superfly says, if I have already lost my mind, would that give me a head start? There's a Megadeth song with a line that I always thought was intriguing. Goes, if I know I'm going crazy, I must not be insane. I was like, whoa. That's deep. It's real deep. So maybe that's more of a matter of things. If you know you're going crazy, you're probably alright. What is up here? Why do I want that? Oh! That's weird. I can't collect those coins. But they were turned into coins. Why could I not collect them? Oh, this is so weird. I can't actually beat this until I go find a Koopa shell. They're glitched into the level. Oh, that's weird. Oh, man. I really don't like what's happening with all these Koopas right now. And eventually, these guys are going to come out of their shell, so... see how far I can make it here. Ah! Dead. Whoa. I hope these ones are just back to normal. Okay, they are. Boy, that's weird. Boy, that really messes things up, doesn't it? Thank goodness. Dio says, of course, change your last name to Paul in your set, lel. Jamie says, I watch Jay and I watch a dude called StewTube because he comes on late and it's convenient when I'm on late night shifts. He plays only JRPGs from the PS1. That sounds cool, man. I still want to play a bunch of JRPGs on PS1 as well. I've never beaten any of the Final Fantasy games. Full stop. No Final Fantasy game, okay, from the main series. I've beaten Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I put hundreds of hours into that game as a teenager, and I loved it. But other than that, never beaten a Final Fantasy game, so I want to right that wrong as well. Love to dig into. I have 7, 8, and 9, and that was my problem. I got all 3 of them at once and was playing one and thinking about the other, so I was constantly switching between the 3 games. I have no idea why I'm dying on this level so much. This isn't that hard. Let's see. IG says the Japanese voice actress for Bulma's voice in Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, she did. She died not long ago. Rip Bulma. I don't know her name either, but that's too bad. She wasn't very old either, so always tragic. Okay. Jimmy says, you're killing me, Jay. How now I have to think what Megadeth song you're quoting. Nice. Superfly says, I never listened to much Megadeth. More of a Metallica and Pantera guy. I like Metallica. Here's my criticism of Metallica. And a lot of people are really not going to agree with me, but it doesn't matter because I'm right. Darn it, why am I stinking this up here? Metallica, they write really cool riffs, and they write just really interesting parts to their songs. But the song structures are so repetitive and boring. So listen to the song Master of Puppets to know what I'm talking about. That song is like 5.5 minutes long, and 4.5 of those minutes are all exactly the same thing over and over and over. Not one bit of variation at all. He doesn't sing things differently. They don't play the guitar differently. It's the same thing the whole time. Then there's that little bridge, and it's like sweet respite. Oh, thank goodness they did something different in this long song. But then it ends with once again repeating exactly the same thing over and over and over again. This is exactly the difference between Metallica and Megadeth. Megadeth is really good about making the song interesting all the way through by performing little bits of it differently. They're adding in little solos, they're changing the key here and there, he's singing it differently. That's why I like Megadeth better than Metallica. I think they're better songwriters. / that's just Dave Mustaine. He writes 99% of everything. He's also a more interesting composer for the vocal parts. Like I said, James tends to sing the same way the whole way through every song. It's not as interesting as the parts that Dave Mustaine has written. However, of course, Dave Mustaine's voice is awful. So, I mean, most people would never think of him as the better singer in that sense. But he is definitely the better vocal composer and, in general, music composer. So, that is why I like Megadeth better. Now, whether or not you enjoy their sound is a completely different matter. But I personally think they're better musicians. Oh, the angry sun, man. Oh. So there's my Metallica rant, and I'm pretty sure lots and lots of people think I'm stupid and really disagree with me and are probably angry about it. Anyways, Simon says, I've played the SNES Final Fantasy games. Ooh, nice. That's awesome. And some on GBA. Very cool, very cool. Jim Pyatt says, I wouldn't feel bad about not playing certain games, Jay. You've played so many games, I'm sure tons of other people have not played. There's a feather in your cap right there. Yeah, I shared a number with Duo Master that was, you know, probably 80% of my game collection. It was a very large number. A very large number. I have a lot of video games. A seriously huge amount of video games. And I don't know if I'm comfortable with everybody knowing how many video games I have. But Duo can testify that it is a lot of video games. There we go. Let's see. Superfly says that song is a masterpiece and it's 8 minutes long. Which one? Oh, Master of Puppets? Yeah, okay, fine. Then it was 6.5 minutes of the same thing over and over again. And what I'm saying is that that song isn't a bad song, or I don't like that song, or like the guitar there isn't amazing. My criticism is it's exactly the same all the way through. You'd never know what verse you're on, you know what I mean? Like, it's played all exactly the same way. It's just, it gets boring because they don't switch anything up about the way they play or sing the song. It's awesome for, 5 of those 8 minutes, and then I have to switch to a different song. That's how a lot of Metallica stuff is for me. It's sweet. Oh, this is so sweet. Oh, this riff here is awesome. Oh, this solo is really cool. Oh, I love when he sings this part. And then it goes on for another 5 minutes in exactly the same way, and I gotta get out of there. I gotta get out. But yeah, like I said, the riffs and stuff that they write are just so cool. I just wish that they kept it interesting all the way through. Simon says, my thing with Megadeth has always been Dave's voice. Exactly. The quality of his voice is low. But the quality of the writing of the vocal parts is really high, is my point there. So I eventually got over his nasally, crazy-sounding voice. But I can totally understand that a lot of people probably can't. And that's fine. Superfly says, Dave Mustaine is a great songwriter. Really makes up for his weak vocals. Yeah, and I think that when you listen to early Metallica, his voice is actually really similar to James Hetfield in the early days. So, like, at first, he was comparably bad to James. Right? They were both just kind of raspy sounding, very raw voices. James got way, way, way better, right? He got way better. Dave never really did, as far as vocal quality, but like I said, he always wrote much more interesting vocal lines. So, if you can get past his voice, the quality of it, and if you can get to the point where you're just appreciating the variety that he puts into all the vocal parts, I'm always in awe of Megadeth. Just so good. Jimmy Pyatt says his voice is not for everyone, but I dig it. It matches the disparity and fatalism of his lyrics. Yeah, I suppose that's true. And I think for Dave, it's also a matter of, I was kicked out of Metallica, and I can do this all on my own. I can be a one-man band and absolutely kill it. And he can, and he was, and he is. So I don't think he would ever get a different singer for that reason as well. A little pride in there. IG says, Phil Collins' daughter, Lily Collins, is a good singer, I heard. Ooh, I didn't know he had a daughter and that she did music. That's cool. I like Phil Collins' voice. Duo says, Jay, by the way, probably need to know all the rules for the stream. I know the basics, but it would be good to know specifics you'd like to keep out. Oh my goodness, I'm so far behind on chats. I'm sorry. I mean, basically, if you don't think it's appropriate for children, nice, then it's probably not appropriate for the stream. You know, it's an all ages thing, so I don't have specifics, but I mean, that's a pretty good guideline to go by. All right, I got to skip some chats here. There's so many. Yes, Phil Collins, awesome. Simmons is a bad singer, ruins any band. Not always, but sometimes for me. Sometimes. And it's not always that they're a bad singer, but it's that I don't like their voice. Like you with Dave Mustaine. I cannot stand Rod Stewart, for instance. Whew, cannot stand Rod Stewart. Okay. I think I've caught up. Splatulated, what's going on? You got summoned? Get to a boss room? Black screen, no recovery. What is this? Not sure what you're talking about. Duo says, Simon, should we discuss the Black Eyed Peas, lol? Nice. I don't really know much about that. I listen to mostly older music. Though I still listen to, like, the new albums of these old bands, like, you know, Megadeth, 80s band, still putting out albums, and I listen to those, but, you know, still an old band. Probably only relevant to the old fans that have persisted through the years. Not exactly going to be considered a big deal ever again as far as, you know, popular culture, the young folks kind of thing. What's in here? I forget. Oh, the game crashed while you're playing Dark Souls 3. Oh, that's too bad. It stinks. Yeah, I guess you have to restart it. Sometimes nothing you can do. Planner the Cable Guy's here. What's up, Planner? He says, hello, Jay. I hope I wasn't too late to join the stream. Nah, don't worry about it. Says, ooh, someone breaking the all ages rules? No. I have my first ever YouTube moderator. So, yeah. It's just kind of asking for a refresher. Hey, what are the specific rules? Planner says, I must not be doing my job, doing it myself unintentionally. Mwahahaha. Spotcha says, just a black screen, no loading, no menus. Yep, you just gotta restart, man. Superfly says Mustaine had an interview, was asked if was trying to prove himself by being faster and heavier than Metallica after getting kicked out. He says, well, I was faster and better than them while I was in Metallica. Superfly says, I had a good chuckle at that. Ah, that's so true. That's exactly something he would say. But man, he was. Like, he just was. And I think sometimes music can be too complex for the general public to really accept, right? So I feel like that was also almost a downfall for him. That he was too complicated of a songwriter, of a musician, for him to be as successful as Metallica. He almost had a #1 album when he simplified his sound with Countdown to Extinction. Sorry. He had a #2 album. #2 album. He was beat out by Billy Ray Cyrus with Achy Breaky Heart. So, the peak of his career, he had a #2 album, followed up by a #4 album. So he did really well, but he never quite reached Metallica fame, which is fine, because nowadays, they're a way better band than Metallica anymore. Metallica doesn't seem to be able to make good metal anymore, whereas Megadeth just put out one of their best albums ever. Oh, so good. IG says Meatloaf is one of the greatest rock singers back in the 80s. Meatloaf is a band that I need to listen to. So I listen to a lot of older music, but there's so much out there that it shoots even when you're next to it. That I need to do a lot of catch up. And I try to listen like all the way through a band's discography. So recently I went through like all of Judas Priest. I need to go through all of Meatloaf. Hear it all. Planner says, greetings, duo. Eat any good books lately? I ate a dictionary the other day, so you may now call me Richard. Richard Cabeza, if you will. What is this whole deal? I'm going to skip some of this. Sounds like inside jokes. Jamie says, that's another thing about Mustaine that I like. Every so often he says insane things in his interviews. Oh, yeah. And I read his autobiography, and that book was amazing. So good. Boy, there were some really amazing quotable lines in there, too. Not quotable in this stream. But really, really good stuff. IG says, also the Scissors Sisters is a good group that sings. I can't decide. I don't think I've heard of them. Are they new? Are they old? Jamie Pyatt says, true enough, but Maiden has such an insane following. Yes, Iron Maiden. Oh, I love Iron Maiden. Actually, one crazy thing that occurred to me while I was going through Judas Priest is how much of Judas Priest's sound was basically copied by Iron Maiden. It was crazy. There are parts where, there are songs where he sounds just like Bruce Dickinson, but, 10 years earlier. So I was really actually very surprised. I didn't know, you know, the influence Judas Priest had on Iron Maiden. Apparently it was huge. Planner says, I love Judas Priest, Turbo Lover. A lot of people don't, but I do as well. Because I like, you know, sort of the hair metal, Def Leppard type music as well. But a lot of, like, heavy metal lovers don't like hair metal and, you know, disavow Turbo. But I feel like if that album said Def Leppard on it instead of Judas Priest, nobody would have a problem. Then it'd be a great album. Personally, I love it. Planner says, the peak of my career was when I started watching Jay's streams. Yes! Awesome, man. Thank you. Simon says, Maiden never did well with radio because songs tend to be above radio play length. That's true, absolutely. Like their 13-minute version of Rime of the Ancient Mariner. So sweet. Jamie says, OMG Meatloaf. Who said Meatloaf? IG said it. One of my personal faves. I grew up listening to Bat out of, heck, all ages, man. Come on. I'm going to skip some of that. Seems there's a theme there. Both are my dad's tapes. Great album there, though, by AC/DC as well. Planner says, I'm your turbo lover. Bow wow. Yeah, it's a great song. Engine roaring and accelerating. Tell me there's no other, and then Duo says, there's no other. Did I do it right? Well, I think you did. I think you did. Planner says, I only know Turbo Lover because it was my favorite song on Gran Turismo 3 to race to. Oh, got it. Got it. Most people know a few of their songs. You Got Another Thing Comin' was really popular. You got another thing coming. That was everywhere. Breaking the Law was pretty popular. It was also in Beavis and Butthead all the time. They were always singing that. Boy, there's more. What am I thinking of? Living After Midnight. Living After Midnight. I think there's another one. There were like 4 songs they were really big for that everyone kind of knew. But those were not the songs that I loved them for at all. Those songs got annoying to me. I love them for many, many other songs that I've only really recently discovered. Still couldn't do the star. Superfly says, I don't like much hair metal except Being No One Like You by Scorpions. Ooh, Scorpions were good. Simons has never been a fan of hair metal. See, look at all these people. No hair metal fans. I don't know why. The music is metal underneath. I understand visually they're quite accosting. But if you're not looking at them, they have, you know, those amazing high-pitched singers, which maybe that's part of the reason why you don't like them, or most of it maybe. Some of them were a little more radio sounding, and some of them were a little more, like, metal sounding. Like, Def Leppard is way, way radio sounding, but Queensryche, much more metal sounding. You know what I mean? Like, it's weird. They're both hair metal, but whatever. Jamie's asking about Dokken fans. I've never listened to Dokken, so I don't know. Planner says, my oldest brother Adam loves metal. Smart guy, apparently. Let's see. Planner says, Simon says, Jay says, Planner says, in that order because Simon is saying what Jay will say and Jay always says, Planner says. Except for that stretch where I kept not saying Planner says just before a chat where you were trying to make a joke out of Planner says. It seemed to happen every time for a while there, so I'm glad that I didn't ruin it this time. These little cheaps. I'm onto your games. Oh, I can't believe I jumped into that. What an idiot. I was safe. Dude says, okay guys, metal is cool and all, but how about a nice chill Donny Osmond stream? There you go. I can't say I've ever listened to Donny Osmond, but I like lots of different kinds of rock. I listen to a lot of 60s and 70s rock and roll as well. Beatles, of course, absolutely incredible. One of my favorite bands of all time. I know basically all of their songs really, really well. There's a few I don't like, so I don't know them very well. But 95% of everything out there I know very well and can identify within like half a second of some music playing at the beginning of a song. I can identify it really quick. So many chats. My tongue's getting a workout. IG says The Cult, a rock band. Missing it. That sings Firewoman. I don't think I know that one. Then says Lita Ford is another singer. That's great. Superfly says the only thing I know Donny Osmond from is the white nerdy music video. Awesome. Superfly says Queensryche is awesome. Planet Laughs. Duo says I have 2 Donny Osmond 45 records. Nice. Very cool. Some singles. Another Fireflower. Mushroom. Oh, it was the one to the right of that. Rats. Someone says, I have no idea who's Donny Osmond. Duo says 80s Justin Bieber. That's probably not a bad comparison. But says, who's Donny Osmond? I'm Patrick Starr and I live under a rock. Well. Duo says, I have Puppy Love and Let My People Go. Let My People Go. It's a Bible story there. Hey, sweet, we got the frog suit. I love that suit. Duo says both horrible, at least to me. You don't like either of those? It's funny. Hey, we got an extra life. All right. Oh, I meant to be down that hole already. I was like, wait, what's happening? Oops. IG says Tom Petty is a great singer. Too bad he passed. Yeah, that is too bad. Everybody loved Tom Petty. How could you not? Whoa! That was cheap. Thank you. Superfly says Firewoman is by The Cult for whomever asked. If that wasn't resolved, she sells Sanctuary by The Cult. It was featured in Dave Mirra's BMX 2 best game to bike around in to that game. Simon says maybe I don't know who he is because nobody in Colombia knows him. That's very possible as well. Very possible. Actually, speaking of regional differences of what bands are popular, apparently in Argentina, Megadeth is at their most popular. Like, apparently everyone in Argentina is a massive Megadeth fan. It's like, wow, it's a smart country. Take that, you giant cheap. Oh boy, he's back again. Oh no! Oh no! There we are. Oh, you slipped off? What a fool. I was trying to go down instead of going left to stop the drifting. Should have stopped the drifting first. Planner says, J-Ro, let my live streams go. That's nice. J-Ro. I'm not sure if it's going to sound enough like Pharaoh, but I got what you're going for at the very least. Oh, once again, I expected to be down a level by then. And was caught on the edge. Planner says, Magikarp is surprisingly strong in this game, right? Duo says, I bought a random case of 50 45s off eBay. It was part of that collection. Wow. That's crazy. What does that run you? I think the only 45 that I have is a Beatles 45, and I don't even remember what song it is because I don't have an adapter on me. I have one somewhere, I think, but I don't know where it is, so I can't play it yet. Ooh. There we go. Ooh! I don't know why I keep making these weird, silly mistakes. Whew. Planner says Splash is super effective against Mario. Bam! Duo says I got a clips of the heart, though, so it's all good. Simon says, oh yeah, Argentinians do love their Megadeth. Smart guys. Superfly says, you said you listen to a lot of 60s and 70s. Have you ever heard of a band called Led Zeppelin? Boy, if I haven't heard of Led Zeppelin, I apparently don't know what the 60s and 70s are. Oh, that's funny. Duo says Led Zeppelin A+. Duo says it was about 18 bucks, but it was a grab bag. Interesting. I'm interested in something like that, though. 18 bucks, just a bunch of random singles. Sounds cool. I suppose it's not a single, it's 2 songs. One on each side. Duo says I got a lot of good ones, so it was worth it. There you go. Superfly says my only 45 is Conway Twitty. Oh, nice. Some country music, right? Or Western? I bought it at a flea market. It was in a sleeve for the Cars. I was pretty disappointed. Okay, I thought you were maybe a fan of country. I was like, oh, cool. But I see. If you thought it was the Cars and you got Conway Twitty, I can feel that disappointment for sure. Well. I don't have a very large record collection, but I have a handful of records. I say a handful, it's probably like 30? 40? Something like that. But it's a smattering. I need many, 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 many more. Oh, I missed up my chance to make that easy. Duo says, my parents had a time going through all of them. They really enjoyed going back through the 80s. Nice. That's really cool. It's kind of like if 90s music comes on for me, I'm like, oh my goodness. I remember this on the radio as a kid. This is so crazy. I actually listened to modern music when I was a kid. In addition to listening to 50s and 60s music on the radio, I also listened to the current stuff. Nowadays, I don't really listen to current music, and it's kind of a struggle. I need to listen to more modern music, so I'm not completely left out of popular culture, like I mostly am already. Dio says mostly REO Speedwagon for them. Oh yeah, the 80s REO Speedwagon stuff was awesome. Loved it. Simon says I've got about 40 LPs. Nice, nice. What's some of your favorite LPs that you have? See, I have the Beatles' White Album. Awesome. Definitely one of my top favorites. I have Iron Maiden's Peace of Mind, which is awesome. I have Black Sabbath's first album. I have Huey Lewis and the News. Ooh, I love Huey Lewis and the News so very much. Definitely one of my top bands from the 80s. Ah. Get out of here. But they didn't sound... They were like a mixture of like 50s rock and roll, like R&B, and like some 80s pop. Like, they didn't sound like everything else on the radio in the 80s. It was awesome. Superfly says, it's hard to listen to modern music. There's just so much. Yeah, exactly. The indie scene is like just as big as the entire music scene of the 60s or 70s, you know what I mean? Let alone the popular music scene as well. IG says Genesis, a rock group. Oh yeah, I know Genesis. That sang Knife back in the 70s in Land of Confusion in the 80s to the song called Congo in 97 when they split up. They sang all those songs? That's awesome. I know Phil Collins was their drummer and then eventually took over as the singer. So that's where we get Phil Collins from. Genesis. Pretty cool. Duo says, I'm into a lot of hipster trash, but I also branch into Gorillaz. What is that? Mate? M83? M83? I don't know what that is. Someone says, I've got most of the Yes albums. Nice. Yes is another band I need to spend more time going through. Superfly says, my favorite LPs are my original pressings of Wish You Were Here and Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. Ooh, great albums. I have 2 Heart albums that I really love. Dog and Butterfly, I think underrated album there, but a masterpiece. Oh, come on. And then I recently got an exclusive red vinyl printing of Dreamboat Annie. Oh, yes. That album is so very good. And I love that. So they're basically like the female version of Led Zeppelin. they sound kind of similar, and even her vocals are kind of similar. But the singer is, you know, one of the most awesome female rock vocalists of all time, and her sister is one of the most awesome female guitarists of all time. And it's awesome that they're in a band together, just tearing up the rock scene. Super cool. They're still making music. It's not bad. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's not bad. Her voice is still really, really good. Which is impressive, because she's like almost 60, something like that. Maybe she is 60. Whoa. I actually think they started kind of late as a band. I think she was like 25 when she started in Heart. Simmons has also got Brain Salad Surgery by Emerson, Lake, and Palmer. Very cool. Another band I need to spend more time with. My dad loves ELP. Duo says M83 said aloud, not a single word. It's a French band. Think of Daft Punk. Ooh, I do love Daft Punk, though. I really do. Daft Punk is amazing. Ooh, I think that was... must be this one. And then... this, yeah. Yes. Haven't seen another one of these. Okay. Superfly says M83 is some alternative music. They had a hit probably 7 years ago. Had a really annoying bike horn sound in it. Well. IG says Jefferson Aeroplane. Yes. Yes, I need to spend more time with them, but I do like Jefferson Airplane and Jefferson Starship. Starship, they also have a few good songs, but they got pretty 80s. So they weren't quite as good there. But Jane by Jefferson Starship. Oh, okay. One of my favorite 70s rock songs. So good. Superfly says Midnight City. Duo says annoying, you say. Lol. One of my favorites. You like the bike horn sound, huh? That's your style? Just kidding. Well, I guess we didn't end up going to World 8, did we? That guy chucks giant spike balls. So far, he hasn't felt the need to. That's good. That's very good. Oh! I shall take it. Bum. Steve Miller Band. Love Steve Miller Band. Good stuff there. Kansas. Boston. Terrible. Oh, ELO. Simon says, I also got an ELO album there. Awesome. Very cool. Duo agrees with that one. Good stuff. Again, I need to spend more time with ELO. Oh, Chicago. Chicago's good stuff. Superfly says, I have an ELO album lying around here somewhere. Duo says, and it's not like a bike horn, really. Something close to whistling. Ah. As long as it's not a clown horn. You know? Whatever they call that thing. Horns that clowns have. Very goofy sounding horn. Just barely getting by these guys there. Skin of my teeth. Megadeth. Superfly says, it is a clown horn. Oh, that's too bad. Ah, rats. Well, we still got him. Shouldn't have overlapped him like that. Why did I say it twice? Duo says, yes, clown horn, the most hipster of them all. IG says, Joe Cocker is a great mellow singer. Yes, Joe Cocker had a really cool blues version of A Little Help from My Friends, the Beatles song. And I believe that was the song that was the theme song on the Wonder Years. Which is Fred Savage show. Fred Savage being the star of The Wizard, the Nintendo movie with the Power Glove and Super Mario Bros. 3. I haven't seen that movie in forever. I really don't remember it at all. I do have to watch The Wizard again. Oh, we are just about out of time here. To World 8 or not to World 8? I only have 4 lives. It wouldn't really be worth going to World 8 with 4 lives, honestly. I'd want to stock up somewhere. I believe somewhere in World like 5 I know of a way to get like infinite lives. Ooh, yeah, that was nice. Take that, you ruffian. I was holding the death block. Oh, sad. Superfly says, I still recommend checking out M83. Maybe you will like them. We all have different tastes. I like Taylor Swift trash, for instance. I have no idea. I don't really listen to her stuff either, so couldn't tell you. But for the most part, I feel like people are in denial about liking music because it's only popular. It's only popular for you to like certain music in whatever circle that you run in. You know, if you run in the metal circle, you better never admit that you've liked a Taylor Swift song, right? You'll get made fun of endlessly by your friends, kind of thing. But when you get older, you can stop caring about that so much. You don't have as many friends. It's not so cliquey. You don't have to worry about fitting into any group. So you can admit to stuff like that if your musical tastes go against your I don't know, image, I guess. Duo says, I like the newer album Junk quite a bit, but Hurry Up, We're Dreaming is superb. Okay, I don't know these albums. Snoo JN? Snoo you knew? Snoo, like Q? JN? Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but welcome. Says, you are a wealth of knowledge. You sold me with Megadeth. Oh, thank you. Oh, I had no idea you were there and listening, and I'm glad that I sold you on Megadeth. It will take some time to get used to his voice. Seriously. I understand. His voice is awful. It really is. But like I said, it's much more interesting of a voice. So, I got over his voice by listening to the song Rust in Peace on the album of the same name over and over again. He does some real weird stuff with his voice there, and it was really tough to get past it. And once I got okay with him on that song, never bothered me again. So, if you can listen to Rust in Peace, listen to the guitar, love the guitar, tolerate the voice, until eventually you're not put off by the voice anymore. Whole catalog of Megadeth stuff is now awesome to you. So, yeah, good stuff. Snoo works, it's beautiful. Aw, sweet. Oh, I'm glad I didn't massacre it too bad. IG says, who did the Touch song? Is it Stan Bush? I have no idea. You know the song on the Transformers movie in 1986? Oh, yeah. Boy, I haven't seen that in forever either. I don't know, but I'm sure it'd be easy to find. That movie had a Blu-ray release in the last few years. First time ever getting a Blu-ray release. So that's cool. I should look that up and get it on Blu-ray, because that'd be great. I mean, it's not the world's best Transformers story, but it's not bad. That, in general, the old Transformers stuff is pretty... like a lot of the children's shows in the 80s, there was a lot of talk and insults, but mostly they wouldn't ever hit each other with their guns. You know, they just miss. Or somebody'd like get a hit in the shoulder and it was like, everybody retreat! You know, it really wasn't that much of an action-packed series. But, you know, you're kids, so it didn't really matter. And they were really awesome looking robots, which did matter, of course. It made sweet toys. But anyway, that movie is actually pretty decent. You should check that out if you like any Transformers old stuff. Simon says, I dig Taylor Swift, Gaga, and Lana Del Rey. No shame on that. Cool. I don't think I really know much of any of those. Like I said, I like to dig into old bands and like go through their whole discography. So that takes a lot of time. It's a lot of time of me not listening to modern stuff. Superfly says the good thing about Dave Mustaine having a bad voice is that when he makes music now, not much has changed. Honestly, it's almost a little bit better now because he doesn't go for the high-pitched stuff anymore. He can't hit any of the high-pitched stuff anymore. So he kind of stays in this very comfortable middle range, which is much less grating to listen to. So that's good, actually. I don't know that he got better, but his voice is just more pleasant as it gets deeper, I guess. The problem, of course, being when he goes to sing the high-pitched stuff in concerts, it's worse than ever today than it ever was in the past. So, the one downside there. But, again, if you can get over his voice, the songs are just insanely good. He's such an incredible guitarist and songwriter. Duo says, I'll have to link a song in the Discord later now that you guys are talking about singing voices. A song of who? From what? Tim says, Super, I saw Metallica not that long ago. Oh, I still gotta see them. And gotta say, his voice holds up a lot. No, James' voice is awesome. Did somebody mention James in there? Oh, I didn't finish the rest of that chat. James Hetfield had a great metal voice, now not so much. No, again, I would say that at the beginning of Metallica, James' voice was not great. Go listen to Kill 'Em All, their first album, right? Not a great voice. It's a little bit better in Ride the Lightning. It's still not amazing, but it's better. And as they continue to make more albums, James' voice gets better and better. And his voice is fine now. It is. He still holds up really well. He just got to a really comfortable sound, and he sticks to this one sound. And throughout most of Megadeth's career, he didn't stick to a sound. He was really varied in his performance of his vocal parts. Now he kind of does have a sound because he has a very reduced vocal range. Rats. I should probably go, guys. We're at the hour-and-a-half mark here. It's 9:48. This is later than I normally stream, so thanks for coming, guys. Yeah, I'm going to skip most of this stuff. You guys are the best. I'll catch you next time. See you later.